Avec Samuel Fuller, deux occasions valent mieux qu'une. Pick-up on South Street, le port de la drogue, vendredi soir au Ciné-Club, et un beau livre d'entretien édité par les Cahiers du cinéma, et dont Fuller commente ici les photos.
That's the story. Now, this all is in the editorial department of the New York Evening Journal, owned by William Randolph Hearst, and made very famous, this particular office, in Citizen Kane. And I would say that the average newspaper reporter could make a very good movie maker, because movies are stories. Up and down, any kind, it's a story. And they put me in the corner because I'm young and I'm a recruit in the newspaper business. Do you understand? I'm a nothing, a rien. See? Now, if I had a camera on this and I pulled back, all the way back, there are over 100 people in that room, one room, working. This picture proves that Robert Capa of Life magazine was a great reporter, in addition to being one of the top-notch photographers of any kind of work. That's a man called Ferriter, F-E-R-R-I-T-E-R. He's a sergeant. That's me. I was a corporal. We're sleeping. In here are mortars on deck of the USS Thurston. That's the mothership for the invasion of Normandy. Capa showed a story what the American soldier does before an invasion. He doesn't write letters to mama. Very few tell stories. He doesn't read. He sleeps. He goes to the bathroom, he eats, and he sleeps. Day after day, night after night. Here I am in Paris with a big grin like a ham actor. And the people who are ready to go home are asked, you can have a pass. If you're ready to go home, you fly home. Tomorrow you fly, you'll be home the next day. If you want a pass, you go by ship. How many want passes? Everybody's hand went up. Now, where do you want to go for 3 days? Everybody. Paris. That's it. And my kid brother, you'll see his picture in a minute, was working for SHAEF then, on Eisenhower. He was an officer. And he knew a girl who worked in the office of a colonel in the Air Force. Now, whether he was sleeping with her or not is unimportant to me. The important thing is, because of that secretary, he had me stay in Paris for 7 days instead of 3. And on the 7th day, through the Air Force, they flew me back to Munich. I don't know if you can see this picture, but this is in front of the Scribe Hotel. Now, in this one here...
Were you as afraid that by shooting a film as by the war?
Twice, 3 times more. We were talking about action. I don't mean physical action. I rehearsed the scene, and I said, okay, let's go, and nothing happened. Nothing. I was very impatient, and then I was worried, something's wrong, nobody will do anything. And my assistant came over. See, and I said, what the hell's the matter with this goddamn crew? What's the matter with these people? He says, just say action. Say action. And he said, the shit will hit the fan. And that's how I learned that word. Action is the Bible. This is a beginning of Pickup on South Street. And this was just a feature program picture at 20th Century Fox. And there was a problem, even before shooting, with J. Edgar Hoover. There's a line in the picture where the United States government, the FBI, tell Richard Widmark, who's a pickpocket, you must give us this film. It's got scientific data on it, and Russia wants it. Okay? And the man says, you must understand, this is for your country. And in my line of dialogue, Widmark turns to the FBI man and says, don't wave the goddamn flag at me. And Hoover says, I resent that very much. This is an American. And Zanuck said, you're right. He said to me, take out goddamn. And Hoover said, no, 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 you missed the point. You missed the point. He says, that's the point. We make movies here. What a guy, huh? It's good to have a guy like that, isn't it? All right.
Was it Zanuck who wants Jean Peters?
Oh, he was the first to recommend her, and a man called Lou Schreiber was the second. He was his assistant. I didn't like her. I never met her, and I didn't want to see her. Not interested. And then they had not many, quite a few stars. Quite a few stars. And one day in the commissary of the 20th Century Fox, called Café de Paris, that's the name of the restaurant in 20th Century Fox, because Zanuck loved France. Everything that's French, you would have signs around there in the studio. I saw this girl walking, and her legs were a little bow-legged. That's my description in the script, and that's when I got her.
What's written there?
To Sammy with love, which you know, but with a specific thank you for 2 brief months of working for fun. And please let me help you take another hill. Gene, taking another hill is a combat expression of seeing something that you have to do, and you do it. That's it. This is a shot of Zanuck. He was capable of one word that is the most important thing to any young movie maker, male or female. One word. That's enthusiasm. And if you don't get that from the head of a studio, the studio stinks. You see? When he'd read a screen, my screenplay anyway, he would act it out on the floor. He would crawl behind his desk. He would do things and all that like a frustrated actor. He used to be a writer. He wrote the Rin Tin Tin dog story. Very famous, yeah. To me, he was a symbol of encouragement. Some of his ideas were surprising to me. He would make a suggestion even. He said, look, on here, and then I said, well, my God, that ruins the whole thing and all that. And he's wonderful. And he would turn to the producer. Of course it ruins the whole thing. What's the matter with you? And the producer said nothing.
Why do you wear gloves on this picture?
It's a dirty set. Most of the people had to wear gloves there. It's a very dirty set. If you give an actor a cue, 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots, walkie-talkies are wonderful, but sometimes they don't work. And so a gun, I would have many guns close to me, and they would work. Now, here is an example of an exterior shot of 40 guns for Fox. And that was the only, that's my cameraman, Joe Byrock. Kenny Myers was the assistant over here. Oh, shot corridor. Shot corridor. And here is the scene in the corridor, which to me is the corridor of the United States. It's not just an insane asylum. And we haven't changed and we haven't progressed. My scientist in there who worked on the nuclear fission bomb and the atomic weapon became insane and reduced mentally to the age of a 6-year-old kid. But I had a line in there where he said, I'm tired of living with a finger on the button. And this is 86, and they're still talking about the finger on the button right now. That's Jacquard. And my biggest kick was in Mexico. Louis Brunel said, I want to see the picture, but I don't want you with me. I want to see it at 10 o'clock in the morning in the theater, but I don't want you in the theater. See? And I didn't hear from him for 2 days, and I figured he didn't like it. I saw him, and he loved it. He wrote about it. He did great things with it. Great things with it. John Ford was very, very encouraging, and 7 times came to visit me on the set the first day shooting. This one, I was thrilled because it was not too well. He came to St. George, Utah. This is on the set of Run of the Arrow.
Was he able not to give you advices when you were shooting?
Jamais. Drinking with me, nothing. Oh, no. Pappy Ford? No, no. He was in the Navy. Nothing to do with me. I did some walk-ons, little parts and pictures. This is a picture, my American friend with Wim Wenders here. And that's Ravi, the cameraman. That's Dennis Hopper, the actor, and that's me. This is the one with Godard, as I told you about in Pierre Le Fou. And I still think, looking at this objectively, yeah, I think I'm better looking than Godard. I would say that.